No one starts business for fun. We all do businesses because we want to see it grow, advance and progress, and also affect the people that we set up the businesses for. Interestingly, statistics has proven that about 75% of businesses don't survive after 5 years. We want to see how best we can get our businesses transcend generation. We have seen businesses that have lasted for thousands of years. We have banks like Barclays that have lasted for many, many years. Bringing it locally, Melcom has existed since 1989. They are still here, doing good, advancing, and making progress. What is going to happen to the business that you are starting? Is it going to remain? Is it going to be here in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years? We are going to have a discussion today that will boil to helping you to establish a business that will transcend generations. Your business must outlive you. Whatever you are doing must go beyond you as a person. It must live in the next generations to come. But the question is, how are you going to get such a thing done? Join me as we have a good discussion today on how you can get your business to transcend generations, something that will last beyond you as a person. Your business must grow beyond you. I have no doubt we are going to have a very interesting discussion today since we are dealing with your business. I have with me Pastor Isaac Bediakon, and we are going to have a good discussion talking about how we can cause our businesses to go beyond us. Dr. Joseph Ore is my name. This is the High Talk Show, HIGH, and that is how I got here. If they have done it, you can also do it. I have with me Pastor Isaac Bediakon, and we are just moving straight to discussion. Also, for you are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Everybody wants to find success. Everybody wants to see their businesses grow. I mean, the excitement and the joy with which people start business is interesting. I mean, especially when you talk to younger people, who are stepping or venturing into businesses, they are so excited and they have a thought of a business that will go further, outlive them. I mean, make good money, take care of their families. But unfortunately, businesses don't last. So today I want to take a look, and I want to start on this note. I mean, do people really start business having on their mind that the business will fail? If it is not so, how come businesses are failing?
Thank you, sir. Like you rightly put it, nobody starts a business with a mind that this business is going to fail, that this business is not going to go beyond 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years.
Sure.
But if you look into the business circles, there's something they call the shirt sleeve to shirt sleeve phenomenon. Shirt sleeve to shirt sleeve phenomenon.
Explain that.
And it says that in business and in building business empires, hatch one, which happens to be generation one, builds it. Hatch two grows it. And then hatch three blows it.
Let's take it again.
Hatch one,
That's the building.
builds it. Hatch two grows it.
Makes it grow.
Hatch three blows it.
They make it blow.
They make it blow, as in waste it or take it to the apex. So it's always like that. And if you look at the statistics, 30% of businesses don't cross the second generation. 12% do not cross the third generation.
Wow.
And then crazily, it's only 3% that is able to cross.
Out of 100, only
Out
three
of 100, only
are able
3%
to cross to the third.
fourth generation.
The fourth generation.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's 30 in the second generation, 12 in the third generation, and then 3 in the fourth generation.
Then the question I will ask is, how come people start businesses with great prospects? I mean, they have, trust that the business is going to blow, is going to rise. And then in the course, we just see a dip. And at the end of the day, all we have, when you go to Register General in Ghana here, all we have are business names, and some of them have faded. They don't exist again. How come people start with such great dreams, looking forward to see that kind of, greatness, then there is a dip as they journey along. What is the cause?
Look, if you look at the global scene, a company like Gucci, look at how big Gucci is.
Sure.
But Gucci nearly folded up in the third generation.
Wow.
Yes. Gucci nearly folded up in the third generation. A company like the Edison Brothers, which was one of the biggest retail chains in America, went into bankruptcy. And in 1991, it folded up. We know of the Hilton Hotel Empire.
Sure.
Yeah. And it's one of the biggest hotel empires in the world. But what most of us may not know is that when Conrad Hilton, the founder of Hilton Hotels, died, and the children began to jostle over who owns what and who owns what. In fact, there was a lot of sell-off and trade-offs, and Hilton nearly collapsed. And so, as we look at that side, there are other companies too that have transcended first, second. A company like Hermes, for instance, this fashion giant in Paris,
Sure.
is in the sixth generation now. A company like Mace, that candy giant that produce candies for kids, candy has been family owned since 1911. And so, what did these people do? And what did these people not do? What did they do wrong? That brought their family business or family fortunes
To that level.
transcending from generation to generation. And then what did these people not do, or what did they do wrong? If you look at a family like the Rothschild family in America, it's a family that owns a lot of fortune, a lot of wealth. They are worth between $450 billion to $500 billion. Billion dollars. And this family has owned businesses for the past 250 years.
Ooh.
Also, there's one thing about this Rothschild family, is the fact that every child that is born in the Rothschild family, you must, it's not negotiable. You must learn accounting, finance, and management. You must. Any child that is born in this family must learn accounting, finance, and management. That is to say, if even you don't want to be directly involved in the family business, you must know how the business runs.
Right, sure.
You must know how the family business moves. How you must understand the basic rudiments of finance, accounting, and management, so that even if you are managing it from afar, remotely, you should be able to understand how the business works. So you must be able to, know how to manage it. So one key thing that we want to look at is that it is not enough to build a business for the future. It is important to build people for the future. You don't just have to build a business for the future. Build people for the future, because also, for truth be told, 80 to 85% of businesses in Africa don't have succession plans. They don't. So most of the leaders fall into what we call default leadership. The founder dies, somebody
And
must take
it
over.
dies with the business.
Somebody must take over. But the person has not been prepared to take over. He has not been built to take over. We built this business for the future, but we didn't build anybody to handle the future of the business. And that's one major challenge.
Wow. Are there things you are supposed to consider or to do if you are looking at establishing a business that is going to last for a very long time?
So, like we began by saying that hatch 1 builds, hatch 2 grows it, and then hatch 3 blows it. What did the hatch 1 people do? Quite often you realize that they started with little, very little, but with
Little or even nothing.
nothing, but with hard work and frugality, frugal lifestyle. So for someone said that rich people live like poor people, that's why they are rich. And then poor people live like they are rich, that's why they are poor.
That's right.
So most of this hatch 1, this first generation people, they start with barely nothing, but with hard work and frugality, and with the future in mind, they build. And they build something that is solid. And like we are saying, what must you do to be able to ensure that this business, no matter how small it may look today, does it have the capacity to outlive me? Does it have the capacity to outgrow me? it primarily depends on the first generation, or the founders, or the beginners of the business. Are they thinking generational? Because if they are not thinking generational, first of all, there's no way the business is going to cross their generation.
All right, let me move it further. I have no doubt that it's going to be a very long discussion, because there are a lot of things we need to look at. So let's take it from this point. I first of all said let's bring it home. But before we even take it from home, we want to just look at the very foundation of even the home.
Yeah.
So let's start the discussion on this note. For me, this is what I think. Possibly, I mean, let me just put that one in before I even bring up the question. A lot of businesses that we see today, interestingly, are not businesses in the first place.
Okay.
A lot of ventures. We have a lot of young people that call themselves entrepreneurs. I mean, I am establishing a business. I'm building something solid. I'm doing this. But when you do a proper introspect of that particular thing you call business, it is not even business in the first place. So I'm of the opinion that if the thing is not business in the first place, it can't grow. Because I must be born as a human being before I can grow as a human being. If I'm born as a dog, I'll grow as a dog. If I'm born as a chicken, I'll grow as a chicken. And I realize that is the major challenge with a lot of businesses. A lot of businesses don't start. Let's take a look at a young man in Ghana here takes a decision that I want to get into transport. I want to do transport. And I intentionally said transport because I don't want to add business.
Exactly.
Because what they are doing in the first place is not business, it is transport.
Okay.
So they get a car, and the next thing is a cousin who say, oh, I can drive, I can handle it. They pick up the car, and then there is no documentation, there is no agreement, there is nothing. I mean, it is not business. In the first place. So at the end of the day, when the thing does not grow to what they are expecting, then they end up saying, I mean, things didn't go well for me, it is a mess. In the first place, it is not business. So I want us to take a look at it. Before you can even think of the thing being business, and now move it to, you are the first hatch. Think of, growing the thing. What should we really do? And what are the things should we consider as young people, as people that are veering into entrepreneurship? What are the things that must be considered before our ventures can even be considered as businesses?
Look, this is very serious and very deep, because one of the things I've realized, and I think this thing you just brought in here will deliver a lot of people. Look, it is not everybody that is born or called to be a CEO. Let's settle that.
That's right.
It's not everybody that is supposed to be a full-time entrepreneur. And it doesn't make you a failure in any way.
That's right.
It doesn't. There are others who are called to be intrapreneurs. Intrapreneurs. So these are people who find success in structures, in systems, already built systems.
That's right.
For instance, it was Steve Jobs who founded Apple. But at the time of Steve Jobs' death, Apple was worth $350 billion. It was Tim Cook who scaled it up to the trillions.
That's right.
Today, Apple is worth over $3 trillion. Tim Cook was not the founder. He is not your average entrepreneur, but he is an intrapreneur who was able to function within a system, within a structure. Most of the people who call themselves entrepreneurs are rather intrapreneurs who should be able to find themselves in a system and then work within. There's a book called The 10% Entrepreneur by Patrick McGuinness. And he explains how you can build your hustle on the side without quitting your 9 to 5.
That's right.
Or without destroying your peace. Some people have sacrificed their peace in an attempt to be an entrepreneur.
That brings the conversation to another level. And that is why I said from the onset that, this is going to be a very long discussion. I'm not sure we will exhaust this in any way. In other words, a lot of people are rushing into entrepreneurship, rushing into businesses. That is not supposed to be the case. It looks like it is now a trend.
Yeah.
everybody. And I don't think a lot of motivational speakers and I mean people that call themselves experts are doing us any good. Because a lot of people are being pushed. People are now being forced into their 9 to 5. I mean, work. They are being forced into out of their regular jobs to venture into things. And just like I said, businesses are being registered every now and then, and yet
they are not.
In a short while, it just fades out. It gets to nothing. So the thing is, must you just veer into something of your own? It looks like we are building a system where everybody is being forced to be a frontier. Everybody is being forced to be a pioneer of something when it is not supposed. And that, to get it very clear, that is not to say, I mean, don't venture into any entrepreneurship, I mean, move. But then we are talking about number one, timing. When are you supposed to, I mean, veer into it? Are you cooked for that? Are you made for that particular venture? And I want you to move further as far as the statement you made. You can be an entrepreneur and yet you are still into whatever you are into. So at the end of the day, you don't push yourself into anything that will bring you some sort of a disappointment.
So like I was saying, there are people who have moved out of their 9 to 5 job too early, and they've made a mess of their career
Timing.
And then the entrepreneur business they wanted to get themselves involved in, they've messed up both. Others too have overstayed, like you said. They have overstayed. They were right.
Some have rushed.
Some have rushed.
Others have overstayed.
Others have overstayed.
So that brings us to something. I mean, hold your thoughts. Don't kill it. But that brings us to something that is called profiling. Profiling in life, and we can push it even to the business world. Before you can even think of venturing into any business, there is a need to do proper profiling. And in profiling, I will ask you, who are you? What are you made for? I mean, once you do a profiling of yourself, and interestingly, there are times you can't do the profiling all by yourself. You need people around you to tell. Because a lot of us have ventured into things, and you know, at times immediately you find a bit of success in a particular area, you get people clapping for you and say, go for it, go for it. You can do only for you to get there, and then you are left alone. You are standing there without. So there is a need to really do a proper profile of who you are to see whether you are right for the business venture you are moving into, or there is a need to wait. So that is the little I wanted to chip in. Once you do a proper profiling, then you can know where to fit yourself, whether you have stayed too long or you have rushed into whatever. Because also, I'm not going to take too much of your time. I'll bring you in. A lot of people have broken heart at the moment. Business broken heart. Entrepreneurs are broken. They are crushed because, just like you said, it is either they rushed too early into a particular venture, or like you said again, they delayed too much in making moves. So please continue from that point.
So like we're saying, timing is key. Either some are rushing too early or others have overstayed. I was talking about the 10% entrepreneur by Patrick McGuinness. He listed 5 types of entrepreneurs. 5. Number 1, they call him the angel investor. You have capital. You don't have any idea. You don't have any service. You don't have any product you are pushing, but somebody has it.
That's right.
And so you don't leave your 9 to 5. You look for that person who has that idea, that skill, that product.
That's right.
You do your profiling and you realize that there is viability in this thing. You invest in it. That's an angel entrepreneur. There is the advisor. If you take, for instance, Aunt Araba Ofori, with her wealth of experience in the banking sector, she's an advisor. So she doesn't get into entrepreneurship, but she looks for companies, she looks for people who are into entrepreneurship, and then she gives them her experience and her advice, not for thank you, but for equity.
That's right.
That's another one. And then there is the builder who comes into it and then brings a product that is not in the market. He brings a service that people don't know about, or he brings a need people have, but they don't know how to go about it, and then builds it from the scratch and brings it to a level that makes it a success. There is the builder. And then you go to the next level. There are others, we call them the aficionados.
That's number 4.
They turn their passion into a business. For instance, somebody like Rafa Nadal, who is a professional tennis player, has a tennis academy, an elite tennis academy, that in fact is making him more money now than playing tennis. And then finally, there's the 110 entrepreneur, like the Osei Kwames, the Dangotes, who are fully into entrepreneurship. They scale the business up, build it to a level, and then diversify, and they are going. So look at your area. You don't necessarily have to go create something brand new that is not there. You can fit into one of these 5. You can fit into one of these 5 without collapsing your 9-to-5 job, with the hope that this one is going to work. And if it doesn't work, what do you do? But as we believe that it can work, what if? What if? Wow. So you look at it from various angles and then be able to scale up.
Well, I believe that you are getting some stuff that will help you to make progress and advance. This is a High Talk Show. I'm Dr. Joshua Fori. I'm here with Pastor Isaac Bediakon, and I believe that you're having a very good conversation that will scale you up and move you to the next level of your life. I want us to stay here and do justice to it. If you are doing the watching, it is great to have an idea. It is a good thing to think of venturing into an entrepreneurial venture. But just like I said, and Pastor Isaac has added, get to know that there is a need to do a profiling. And I believe that we have done something very good and very important here that will help you if you are doing the watching. Please don't skip this. If you are an entrepreneur, get to know this. We have listed 5 solid areas. Find your place. Are you in category 1, category 2, 3, 4, or 5? And once you are able to take a look at this, which I will caption it, I mean the entrepreneurship profiling.
Yeah.
You find yourself, are you an angel? Are you a builder? Are you an advisor? And the 4th one is...
Are you an aficionado, somebody who turns their passion into a business?
If you don't check this, and I'm telling you, you can only get this on the High Talk Show. You won't get this anywhere. Once you don't do a proper profiling of where you stand, I'm telling you, when you make a move, you can easily crash. A lot of people have crashed just because they didn't do a proper profiling of who they are. And Pastor Isaac, let me say this thing. We have a lot of people with great passion. You know, most of the time when you are taking off with something, just like we discussed the other time, you do an analysis all by yourself. And at times you get so engulfed and excited about the business and you tell yourself it's going to work. And most often when it crashes, it is that painful. The Bible said something, I'm a pastor, so let me chip that in. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. Like I said, this is the High Talk Show, how I got here. We want to show you how you can get to the top and also become a topic. But hey, you better like this, share, and make sure you follow us. And I know that as you do so, anytime we have good stuff, you will get a notification that will also help upgrade your life and better your life. So having dealt with profiling, and that's a very interesting discussion we had. Having dealt with profiling, now you have profiled and you have gotten to know where you stand as far as that business venture you want to get into is concerned. The next thing that must be considered is not just you. Now, after you are done with you, there is a need to also take a look. So we'll do the profiling now of the kind of venture you want to move into. And that is what I dealt with earlier on. I started touching on it. A lot of people don't have details of the kind of businesses they want to get into. They just heard somebody say transport business is very good. They just heard somebody say if you bring some goods from China and you sell, you are going to make a lot of money. They just heard somebody say if you get into cooking, I mean, somebody will tell you as for food business, there is a way they say it. If you don't understand our local dialect, forgive me, but it's I mean, they will tell you, and it sounds so good, it sounds so nice. So you don't even do any profile of the business you are going to venture into because somebody mentioned it, you move into it. So let's take a look at the venture you are going to enter. What are the things you are supposed to do if you want to enter into any particular area of business?
All right. So for every business you want to do, Solomon, the wisest man to ever live, made a statement. He said, there is nothing new under the sun. Nothing new. Even though the service or the product you are bringing might look new, there's nothing new.
That's right.
And so, what are you seeking to do? Is it a service? Is it a product? And what solution is it bringing? What are the challenges you've identified that you want to bring solution to?
That's right.
And so, is it something you are trying to do to keep body and soul together, or is a business you really want to build? Because like Dr. rightly put it, a lot of businesses today, in fact, most of them, about 90% of them, did not start as a business. Some started as something to keep us going, something to hold body and soul together, something to provide for the family. For instance, I don't believe that when Colonel Sanders started KFC, he envisioned this global, food chain. I don't think he saw that. He wanted to keep a tradition, something the mother gave him.
That was passed on to him.
And so that had become a passion and something he knows that, look, I know how to do this. Let me do it. And along the line, it turned into a business. And so if it's a business you want to do, then like Dr. rightly put it, sit down and do a proper profiling and an analysis of what you really want to do. If it's something to keep you together, look at it from that angle too. Because at the end of the day, you need to survive. And so if you are thinking of survival, fine. But if it's a business you want to do, then you really need to look at it and look at it again. That not just about what you want to offer or what you are bringing to the market, what you are bringing to the table, but how what you are bringing into the market is going to be accepted in the market and how it's going to influence the market. For instance, there are products today that we never heard of or we didn't even know they existed until a problem arose. For instance, when COVID came, COVID brought in a lot of things. It came with a lot of innovations. It came with a lot of creativity. People brought all kinds of things, all kinds of innovations because of COVID. And so what you are bringing, is it a one-off thing or is something that is going to be able to last for the long haul?
Wow, I get where you are going, and I want to set the conversation even rolling in to another direction. If you are doing the watching, this is the High Talk Show. Dr. Joshua Fori is my name. We are here to help you get there. High is how I got here, HIGH. And we want you to know that if anybody got there, you can also get there. And for that matter, please like, share, and do well to follow us. If you do that, trust me, you get more stuff from us and your life will be better. We have taken a look at who you are. We are now looking at the kind of business you are venturing into. Now, the challenge with a lot of people that move into business is the fact that they don't take their time to do a proper analysis. That is one. Do a proper research. Most often, a lot of people just catch an idea and the next thing is they are in a rush to implement that idea.
Okay.
I want you to know that between the catching of an idea and the implementation of that idea is what we call research. There is a need to research. Like Pastor Isaac said from the beginning, there is nothing new under the sun. There is absolutely nothing new under the sun. Whatever you want to do, somebody has done it before. I've grown to realize that there are very few inventions, but there are many innovations. Invention is when you come out with a thing. Innovation is when you put value or you upgrade something that existed already. So whatever you want to do, whatever you want to venture into, whatever you are thinking of doing, it could be any kind of business. Either it is goods you are bringing in or it's a service you are rendering. There is a need to do a proper research. Let me tell you something. We are living on this planet, but get to know that you are going to be here for a few years. There are people that lived many, many years ago before you got here. And they have been involved in all kinds of things. And that is why the Bible says there is nothing new under the sun. So young man, young woman that is doing the viewing, I want you to know that take your time and do a proper research. Don't be carried away by the idea that you have and the excitement that goes with it. Hold it. Take it easy. It will be better to spend time doing research. It's better to spend a year doing research and make an impact within 3 days than to rush within a short while to make a move and then fail along the line. So a lot of businesses are challenged, just like you said, because we don't take our time to do proper studying. And that also connects to the first thing. You know, I have a principle I call the VIP principle.
Okay.
The vehicle, the information, and the person. The vehicle is what you want to do, what you are jumping into to do. But between the vehicle that you have gotten into and the destination that you arrive at is research. It is just like taking a journey, a decision that I am traveling to Kumasi from Accra. You are jumping into a vehicle. But if you have proper information, you will get to know that there might be traffic at this point. This place, there are some ramps there. This place, the road is bad. There is a better route. So these are the informations you need to gather. So a lot of businesses fail and they don't transcend to the next generation, or because we are always in a rush. So I want to encourage you, young man, young woman, take your time. Just take it easy. I know you are passionate. I know you are that strong. I know you have great ideas, and we applaud you for all those great ideas. But take your time. It is interesting to realize that at times after a research, you will get to know that that great idea that you had, I'm sorry to say, was bogus. It will shock you. I have been there before. There are times after you do a research, you get to know that, hey, so this thing that I even want to do, it has been done long ago and it didn't work. So research is very key. If you don't really do a research check, put together all the pieces before you veer into anything, you end up, going on a dip and there is a complete mess. I just want you to touch on this. And before Pastor Isaac comes in, please like, follow, because on the High Talk Show, trust me, we have so much to bring your way. Pastor Isaac, let me have your take on that.
Doc, research is key. Like you said, something you are excited about, you are passionate about. Passion and excitement is in one breath. But as to whether the idea that you are passionate and excited about has legs to stand on is another thing.
Say that again.
You can be excited about an idea, about a product, about a service. And that's great. After all, it is your idea, so you need to be. But does the idea or the service or the product you are bringing, does it have legs to stand on? That's it. In fact, sometimes one of the things research will do is that research will help you to know that what you are trying to do or what you are bringing is already there. But it does not negate the fact that you should also bring your own. It doesn't change that fact. Because, like Doc, you put it, there are inventors and there are innovators. The fact that something is already there doesn't mean that it cannot be done in a new way.
Yeah.
So research will help you to know that this thing is already there, but it is still not serving the purpose for which it was brought, or it is still not serving, giving the solution that we need. There's a company in America, it's called Reebok. They are into trainers,
Shoes, yeah.
they are into shoes, they are into football boots, they are into track and field shoes and all that. When Reebok came in the early 90s, one of the things Reebok realized was that Nike and Adidas were the big guys. They've already taken the market.
Yeah.
So Reebok realized that if I want to compete with these guys on track and field shoes and on football boots, I am already finished. They already have the market.
That's research.
That's research. They already have the market. Adidas was owning about 42%. Nike came in with about 37%, and then the rest made up for the 15 and all that. So Reebok realized that I can't compete with these guys on their turf. So what do? Reebok came in with a plan they called Finding Your White Space. Finding Your White Space. And what did Reebok do? Reebok realized that a greater chunk of people were not being served by Adidas and Nike. And who are these people? Women who are into aerobics, gym, exercising. They don't have special shoes for them. So Reebok came in with the first aerobic shoe they call the Freestyle, the Reebok Freestyle.
Wow.
Reebok Freestyle. And in 1984, that shoe alone made up for half the profit of Reebok.
That's right.
And in 2 years, that Freestyle shoe alone moved their profit from $12 million to $300 million.
Oh.
One shoe. A market that had not been discovered, had been untapped by the big guys. So listen, whatever you are bringing on the market, whatever you are bringing to the market space, probably there are hundreds of it already, but look for your white space. Look for what yours can do differently, what yours can do in a way that all the other 100 products cannot do. Find your white space. And this is what you get through research.
Wow.
Research will help you to know that these guys are big, but they are not meeting this market. These guys are big, but they have not taken care of the women. These guys are big, but they have not taken care of this area of the market. And research will help you to be able to go into it that way.
Wow. It's been an amazing discussion right here on the High Talk Show, HIGH, How I Got Here. I have no doubts that you get there. We are rounding up our discussion for today, but we are not rounding up our discussion for life. There is more to bring your way. We are going to be sharing heavy stuff that, trust me, will scale you up to the next level of your life. In all you do, take your time to research. Find that your white space. And when you find it, you fit in there and you will also scale up from the little that you have to the millions. You will definitely get there. If they got there, you can also get there. This is the High Talk Show, HIGH. Dr. Josh Ofori is my name. We'll surely come your way again with another one. But hey, like, share, and remember to follow us. And I have no doubt that as you follow us, good things will follow you. We love you, and we'll come your way again. See you another time.